Hi, Cyndi here. 5 common startup mistakes and how to avoid them. In my consulting work with startups, I've seen about 5 common mistakes. I've also seen these at larger companies, but today we're talking about startups. 1. Over planning and delaying action. That's a mistake. Fear of failure. Ignoring customer feedback. Poor financial management. Or lack of focus and overextension. So those are the 5 common mistakes that startups make. So what we're talking about are the common mistakes that young companies make and how to avoid them. We're going to talk about how each of the mistakes, I'm going to explain them, and then we're going to provide actionable advice so that you can implement it right away. And if you receive any value from today's information, subscribe for more actionable tips, insights, exercises. So let's start with our 5 common mistakes. The first one we talked about was over planning and delaying action. So basically, you're waiting for everything to be perfect before launching your business. Instead of spending endless hours planning, you start small and learn quickly. Early action helps you identify what truly works, reducing time wasted on perfection. So the actionable tip for over planning and delaying action mistake is to embrace the lean startup approach. Launch a minimal viable product. That means the product with the minimum amount of features that the customer wants. And then iterate based on real feedback from the customer. We talked about fear of failure. So fear of failure is it's normal. We're all human. But it's basically letting fear make our mistakes and hold us back from taking the first step. We have to accept that mistakes are part of the journey. Not fun, but it's part of the journey. And each setback does provide valuable information, insights. That's what I'm giving to you, what I've learned the hard way, that lead to growth and improvement. So for fear of failure, our actionable tip is to reframe the failure as a learning opportunity and to start small. Achievable goals, you start there, and that allows you to experiment without risking too much. So that's common mistake number 2. Number 3 is one I'm sure you've probably experienced as a customer or a business owner: ignoring the customer feedback. Customer insights are so crucial to our business. They ensure that our product meets real needs and helps the business. It helps us pivot and refine our offering as needed. So building a product in isolation without including the customer whose problem you're solving, they don't validate. How do they validate the product? Your target audience. You don't know if they want the product or not if they haven't let you know. And so by getting early feedback or integrating this feedback into your products or your updates, you ensure that you keep changing with the customer. Common mistake number 4, poor financial management. Effective financial planning We've all heard this. It keeps our startups sustainable. You know where every dollar goes. It helps you to make informed decisions and avoid, hopefully, unnecessary pitfalls. It also really helps if you're trying to get investments as well. So, poor financial management is underestimating costs and not monitoring cash flow, which can lead to resource shortages. So the actionable tip for poor financial management is to create a detailed budget, track expenses meticulously, and regularly review your financial performance. Now it's great to use. We have so many wonderful tools and software and automation, and it's wonderful to use that to help us automate. But if the process from the beginning is not serving the business or the customer, then automation will not help that process. So number 4 is poor financial management. Number 5 is lack of focus or overextension. A narrow focus allows us to deliver real value without diluting our efforts. Master that niche before scaling your impact. So the lack of focus or overextension is spreading yourself too thin or targeting too many markets or features at once. So for lack of focus or overextension, the actionable tip is to concentrate on the core problem or customer segment first. And then once you have traction, then consider expanding your focus. These insights will help you avoid a typical missteps. If you receive value, subscribe for more tips and insights. Use this as like a guide or audit to your current strategy to avoid unnecessary adjustments. Or share these with your team and network to ensure everyone is aligned and aware of the 5 common startup mistakes and how to avoid them. Keep your feet moving.